Welcome back to my channel. So, as y'all can see by the title of the video, we're gonna react to this Carmen
This is me telling
video.
y'all, I'm not part.
I feel like I'm not like a super Corey and Carmen fan. I'm being honest with y'all, but I wanted to react to this because I do feel like they're always like they're one of those like I want to say OG YouTube couples. They're very widely known. I feel like for the toxicity of their relationship, and I feel like they're always like saying they're not together, but they is together, or like the last time they did the prank, and it just be a lot going on. So I'm just a little curious to see what she got to say. So I'm like, I'm gonna react to this then, and y'all can just, I guess, hear my opinion as we go on and we watch the video. So yeah, without further ado, we're gonna get right into this reaction.
And this is what it is.
I do want to say that I think it's super cute that she got the Lord, like the thumbnail and how she doing this and stuff. I think that's super cute with the news because everybody is trying to know what's tea. See, she making a joke out of it. I already don't like that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. I'm excited. I'm nervous. Thank you. I'm ready to.
I do feel like it's given not serious, and I do think like this whole thing is cute because people do want to hear what she's saying, but it's a little too much, and it is given like, is y'all being for real?
As open as I can. I'm in all the places that I can. So talk to me, ask anything I want to talk. Anything. I love you too. I love you too.
Okay.
Carmen, oh my gosh, you're so radiant. You look so beautiful. Let me start off there. Why did you start a new channel? I noticed that you're no longer with your older channel. You're asking people to follow this.
I do think getting a new channel is given that it might be serious, but or it could be like a publicity stunt to get like subscribers, like to get like to build up that fan base when you start over.
New channel all about Carmen. Give me a little more about that.
It's a lot, obviously, and we're gonna get to it. But starting a new channel, it means a new beginnings, completely. And I feel like I have to kind of detach myself from the old channel and start a new one, which is all about Carmen, where I can start with a clean slate, like rebrand myself, clean my image, and just Carmen Pritchett channel, he did what he has to do for me, and starting that, it's kind of more so like me proving a point to myself as well, because I'm an amazing content creator, and I kind of hold myself back. And starting a new channel, it feels new. It does feel a little bit weird because I didn't see myself doing it, and I'm just ready to see what's next and where this channel is going to really bring me.
So
I feel like people were saying she started a new channel because that was, I don't know if it was under his name, but like he still like he kind of had control of it and he could get the money or something like that, and that's why she just branched off to start it over. Because for women, when they leave a relationship, like it's not hard for them to get back up a fan base and the money, versus like for the boy it usually is harder. Not impossible, but it's harder. So yeah, it's interesting that she said that, but maybe she's just trying to shy away from the messy.
basically the owner of this channel.
I feel like it's me, like it's all me. It's about what Carmen says. It's about what Carmen likes. It's about what Carmen deserves. And I understand that if nobody go hard for me, I have to go hard for myself.
Wow, who is this new Carmen? Tell us more about this Carmen that I'm looking at right now.
Okay, let me not, put a front for you guys. I am moving forward to new things. But this new Carmen, I won't call it a new Carmen. It's just more so I'm gonna be showing you who Carmen actually is. I feel like I had been like, holding myself back, or I could lose certain things because out of respect, or just protecting my image. But now it's more so, okay, Carmen, show them why they loved you in the first place. And I feel like people fell in love with me because I'm funny, I'm just a natural, happy person, that when I get on camera, I smile. When I'm going through it, I let it be known, like today is not the day, guys. I feel like more so I'm in the process of healing. Coming down to being a new person, it comes down to heal first. So I am in the process of healing. I know I look good, and like I'm standing here strong, but in the inside, like, I'm really going through it.
I just love that about you. And
And I feel like I hope this isn't like another like prank or like a publicity stunt or anything like that, because I feel like their relationship, no matter how toxic and crazy and stuff like people will say it is authentic, and it's like a lot of people in today's time be in toxic relationships for years, and it's really hard. Like, I've never been through it personally, but I've been with someone way longer than I should have, and I know that part. But some people, like her for example, will be in these relationships for 5+ years, 6 years, 7 years, etc., before they leave. So I do hope this is like true or whatever, because I do think they both hold each other back. I think that they have a lot of problems, and I think like some things you can't come back from. And I think no matter how much both of them love each other, it's too much hurt, and I can't see them overcoming it together. Like, maybe later down the line, who knows, once they're both healed and moved on and mature, they probably can come back together, and it could actually work. But I think when it's still in your face and there's still so much like unresolved feelings and stuff like that, it's very hard to move forward with that same person who caused you all of that pain. And the best thing for both of you would be to separate. That's the only way you guys even have a fighting chance in the end. Like, if you really wanted to be you and that person, but y'all been through so much, the only thing that will potentially help that is space and time. So if this is real or whatever, like, I hope so, because this can be an example to a lot of these other people who talk shit but is in the same, predicament, in a toxic relationship for years, that they should have been left. Like, yeah, get on here and show them that you left and you're trying to heal, you're trying to rebrand yourself, fall in love with yourself, relearn yourself, all of that. Like, and nobody ain't gonna be mad at you. I hope not. People, it's always haters. But like, if you and Corey do end up back together, then it's nothing wrong with that. But I do think like giving yourselves both like time and space is important for your relationship, and it's the only healthy option.
You're still shining in the midst of your hurt and your pain, everything that's going on. So with everything that is going on, we normally see in the blogs that you and Corey break up and you guys get back together, break up. Is this a breakup, or is this what's going on with you and Corey? Are you guys broken up?
Yes, it is official. We are done. Definitely going in a way that I never thought it was gonna go. Of course, like when you get with a person, you're not thinking about the day when y'all gonna break up and how it's gonna be, But it's my turn to start in a new way, because I feel like I am my own person. I feel like I have my own character and I have a lot to bring to the table, and we are going our separate ways. But this is the right way for me to tell you guys, moving forward and just moving to this new journey without the person that I started with,
Right. You have been so honest with us through a lot of situations, and then there was a lot of situations where maybe, like you said, we didn't get to see that. What was your breaking point that we didn't get to see, that social media didn't get to see, the answers that your fans want to know? What was your breaking point?
I'm not a person that's gonna sit here and really read my whole story to you, but my breaking point was when I had to realize that I have 2 kids, and at the end of the day, anything that happens affects them boys. They are so innocent, and I'm sorry if I get emotional, guys, but my kids are kids, they are very innocent. My breaking point, it just when family is not family, and we can both try, but it's like, when you keep trying and things just not getting clear or any sweet, you just have to remove yourself, because you're affecting these little humans that didn't ask to be here. And if I was to ask me, my kids deserve a way better life, I haven't been able to produce as a mom because I have too much going on, like in my personal life, the relationship-wise, work ethic, my mom, and my kids, and just too much. Dealing with all that, it's like I just constantly keep putting myself in the back, like I put myself last. And now, like, my breaking point was when I realized, like, I lost myself, like I don't work like I used to, I don't get motivated like I used to, like I became in such a toxic environment where I was just caring more about my person, make sure that I was pleasing, make sure that I was being good. I was, just worried about trying different things, trying it all, just to make it work. But my main point was I have to be a better woman and I have to be in a better space for my kids.
Yeah, I feel like that's some real stuff. I feel like having a kid, each kid that you have, you're probably gonna lose a bit of yourself, but then gain so much more. So I feel like when they first had their first kid, because he's much older now. Like I said, I'm not too tuned in, but I feel like that was probably when they was first starting off, like coming into money, getting it together. Like I can just see how one the money could have helped, but also kind of make it harder to leave us. But just going off of everything I know about Carmen, it also seemed like the love was like at its highest. You get what I'm saying during that time too. So I can see why she didn't. But she just recently had another kid. So she had to lose a bit of herself again. And I feel like I know me, like when I had my kid, like the first couple of months, that first year can be really, really hard on you because you kind of have to give up, sacrifice yourself for like those months to a year. And you have to put this kid first. And it can be very draining. It can be very toxic. And if you don't have the right help around, the right support, or you have somebody that's adding to that stress, I feel like that's the time when you will see women maybe like leave or break away because that postpartum is ain't nothing to deal with, and it sucks like having a kid, you doing everything you can for them, and you can't say the same for your partner, or you can say that your partner sees was such an incredible woman, a mother, all of that you are, and you don't feel appreciated. So I can definitely see having a kid or seeing the kids as the motivation of no, I gotta figure this out, especially a new kid. I gotta figure this out and I gotta get better. I gotta do better because yeah, the kids don't deserve that. They don't.
Because right now I'm not in a space that I need to be mentally. A lot of work that I have to do, and y'all gonna see it because it's definitely gonna be a journey, And I came here and I was like, I'm not gonna break down, but this is real life, like this is real life. This is things that happen and things that people don't really even talk about because sometimes when we talk about things, it gets used against us. So I try to protect as much as I can, putting everything out because some things are very, like private, and I do respect my person to not speak on a lot of things that I could. So
wow, wow. Thank you for opening up like that. This is amazing for me because people go through this all the time and they don't like to share these things. I saw and if I offend you or say anything you don't want me to ask about, I can move on. But I saw that Corey posted a picture of a bag of clothes outside of, I think it was your house. And was that you moving out? Was that him putting you out? Like, people have so many questions about that. Was that him showing like, hey, I kicked her out? Was that showing like, hey, Carmen moved her stuff out? Give me a little more about that. Did you move out?
I did move out. And I did move out in a sweet way, of course. And I'm not in the mental space to even be able to speak on that. And that just me as who I am as a person. Like I feel like I own just a little bit of respect due to the fact that he's still the father of my kids. And right now, I can't even communicate with my kids what's going on. Like, they don't understand. Right now, it's just like, I'm going to keep my answer as truthful as I can. But I'm not bashing anyone. I'm not disrespecting anyone. He's his own person. He's making his own decision, and I'm making mine.
Why did it take you so long to move on? And the reason why I'm asking it is because you made a comment and said you've been going through toxic things. So what took you so long?
When you have faith that it's going to be better, like when you believe in your person, when you put so much.
Yeah, and I feel like that's probably is a lot of reason why people stay in these situations for so long. Because, like I said, I wasn't in my situation for. It probably was still longer than it need to be, but I stayed. And when I had this conversation with myself, and when I talk to other people, I always say like, because the person that you want them to be, or the person that you see them eventually being, it will cause you to like, I guess, make excuses in your head like, okay, they'll get it eventually, da da da, blah blah. But I feel like no, like we gotta start dating the people for who they are at this day and time. You get what I'm saying? If you think eventually they'll be a better person, then that's when you need to date them. And I don't want it to be like as soon as you see any problems or something like that, you got to cut somebody off, because I don't think that's the case. I do think that people deserve grace. But I feel like if this is an issue, like I heard this like the 3-month rule with work. You know what I mean? Like once you first starting to have an issue with work, don't just leave. You know what I mean? But after 3 months, if you still feel the exact same way, or you have been feeling the exact same way throughout the 3 months, then it's time to start looking for, another job. And I think we should apply that to our life. Like if something isn't adding to us or constantly bringing us down, because a lot of times when you want someone to change and you have that faith in them, they're consistently, you know what I mean, making the mistakes or making you upset or frustrated type of way or whatever the case may be. If you see that it's a constant thing, we as people, I think, and this is for men too, not just women, we as people need to start learning to walk away. The greatest advice that I can give to anybody would be accept people and date people for who they are right now. And if you can't say right now they're a person that you want to be with, that you can see yourself being with, don't say, oh, but they have the potential to be this. No. Say, if this is how they were a year later, would you still be with them? And if the answer is no, then we as people need to start making that hard decision and walking away, because we're just going to drag it out too long to the point where we lose ourselves or the relationship becomes so toxic or so bad. Like, and I know it's hard. I know it's hard. Trust me, I know that. But we do, I think, as people need to start dating people for who they are, not for who they have the potential to be.
Faith that, okay, this is gonna be better. We're not gonna go through this no more. I know we have to go through things to learn and stuff, but I can't be the only one that has so much faith that things gonna work. And next thing you know, it's like you just draining yourself by constantly just worrying about what I needed to be doing or be saying so my person can be in a good space.
Are you going to get a divorce?
I am, like, that's a conversation, of course, that me and him have to have. We have to talk about it. And I know you guys are like, oh, well, y'all can't break up. Y'all still together because y'all are married, this and the third. But I'm not trying to keep doing things. I'm thinking like, oh, well, because I'm still married, like, I feel like I hold on to that title for so long that now it's time for me to let it go and just be focused on the person that I am and the person that I can be. That right there is it was just my younger stage life, my early 20s. I got married too early, didn't know nothing. We both didn't know nothing. Nobody gave us a guidebook on how marriage was gonna be, so we both did wrong. We both, divorce is definitely something that is gonna be another chapter, to go through. So like I said, everything is a hidden process.
So how are you feeling emotionally knowing that you may have to possibly go through the D process, which is divorce? How does that make you feel? What type of emotions are you feeling as it pertains to that?
All mixed emotions, like I can't sit here and be honest and say, well, I feel that like once I go through it, like no, because I don't know what's gonna happen. I never went through that, like I never went through a whole process, and I'm putting my emotions at a pause. Like, no, like I don't want to feel, because when I feel is when I kind of confuse my mind and my heart. Is it going to be an easy process? Of course not. But it's going to be a process that has to be done. It's going to be ugly. It's not going to be sweet. Like, it's not. But once it's done, that, like, I know what to do better next time.
What was your biggest worry about this breakup?
The scared of change. Like, it's a major step, that I'm taking. I never did it before. It's a major change. The thing that gets to me is that I'm worried, and I worry too much because I'm not by myself. I do have 2 kids, and I'm just worried, like I'm worried to not provide the way I need to, or like I'm scared to get stuck in my healing process where I just disconnect from people, because I am that person. Like, when I'm going through things, I don't want to talk to people. I don't want nobody in my face. Like, I would just pull myself out and just deal with it. But see, I can't do that because I do have people that care for me, and I do have my boys that need me. So it's like I just be holding all in together, But I know that my time gonna come when I'm gonna be able to let everything out. And once I let everything out, then that should be like it. Like, I feel like at the end of the day, this process is not going to be easy. And it's not going to be like a fast process neither. But right now, I'm not really focusing on that. But I can definitely say that I am scared that I will get in this dark space and just deal with it by myself.
Yeah, I feel like when married people break up, I guess people be so like they kind of want to rush it, like, oh, y'all getting divorced, oh, no, 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 no. Like, and it don't gotta be that, you know what I mean? Like, first of all, I don't know if this is for all states, but for most states, you gotta be separated for some time before you can even get divorced. So let them deal with their divorce, breakup, whatever you want to call it, just like normal people would. When we break up with somebody, ain't nobody all in that. Oh, if you talk to him, y'all can get this, y'all can get that. No, they just kind of, you know what I mean? Like they let it play out. They just, give you your space, give you your time. But for marriage, though, it do be like, oh, when y'all get divorced, when y'all sign the papers, when y'all doing this, it's like no, like give them the space and the respect to, figure out their own things on their own. Like we don't have to throw around the divorce word so quickly on that. She has more than time. Like they in Houston, I'm pretty sure. Like I said, I don't know all states, but they can't go and get divorced tomorrow if they want to. So they don't gotta worry about that right now. Let her worry about finding herself.
Because emotionally and mentally, I like to do things on my own. Like, I don't know, guys. I'm being honest with you guys. Like, I really haven't had that time to myself to really just let it out. So, I don't know.
Yeah, because she was just turning up for her birthday. I seen Tat.
The time comes, and when it comes, I will receive it because I know I need it because it's part of the healing. But I want to make sure that I don't fall in a hole and stay there for a long time, because life is going, life doesn't stop, and I need to be going as well. So I'm scared, I'm definitely scared. I know it's coming, so I'm just mentally, prepared for it, but I'm gonna be okay. Like I'm standing here strong.
You will.
I may not look strong, but I am, and it's coming. It's coming, and I just pray that when it comes, I can just breathe peacefully. I have a peace of mind that I haven't had in a minute now. Like my mind is just going everywhere, so.
And I notice you keep on saying, I have these boys, they depend on me, and as if you have nobody else. What does co-parenting look like right now in this moment since the day you left between you and Corey?
I don't know where, the image is of which how things went or how we live, that we conversated, that we talked, we will agree. It hasn't been no conversation yet, and maybe that's what's hurting me the most. Because at the end of the day, like, okay, if you don't care about me and I don't care about you, it's cool. But we have to so we be okay with each other so we can give the kids what they need. So right now, when I keep saying my kids, I have them, is because for one, I don't let my kids just go and I deal with things. No, it seems like every time I deal with something, they with me. And I nurture them a lot. Like those are my babies. Like nobody knows, like what hurts me to have them. Yes, he's the father, but he was there when I was having, but he don't know my body was going through, the pain that I was going through. So I always feel like I'm going to always be a tiger when it comes to my kids. When it comes down to it, I'm a mom. I deal with everything on my own, and I had support, there's physically support, but emotionally and mentally, like, I have to be stable in order to give that to my kids. And I know what my kids need. So I'm going to give my kids what they need. I know my kids. I feel like they are my biggest motivation right now to get up every day and figure something out. Let me see what I have to do. So I have support. I have help. I do. But when it comes to my kids and stuff, I like, it's just really me. That's just such a my world, like that's a piece of me. Like that's really me, So it's the difference when I can see her say, oh, my mom can have the kids. Oh, he can have the kids. And then, but as a mother, if you're a mother, then you understand where I'm coming from when you're going to feel like you only have the kids.
Yeah, I can say that. I feel like as a mom, I 100% relate because I feel like I have a great support system. Whenever I need anything, especially pertaining to my son, I know I have all the support in the world. But at the end of the day, it do still kind of feel like it's just on me. And sometimes you don't want to depend on your support system all the time because then you do start to feel like, well, I'm their mom. This is my responsibility. Maybe I shouldn't. So yeah, I can relate to what she's saying for sure because, yeah, you have help. You can get this help when you need it, but at the end of the day, that's your responsibility. And, you're not thinking of them first. You're thinking of you first. You know what I mean? So it's like when you need something pertaining to the kids, you ain't thinking like, oh, they can do it. I can get them to I can do it. No, you're thinking, how can I help my baby? So I completely understand that. But yeah, this pretty much wrapped up the video. It's only a couple seconds left, so I'm just gonna end it here. I think this was actually a really good video. Like I said, I'm not like a huge fan of Carmen and Corey. I haven't been keeping up with them, but I did want to tune in if it was like an official breakup to hear her thoughts and stuff. And yeah, I don't know the ins and out of that relationship, but it does sound like it's for the best, and it does sound like she's handling it the right way for for her mental health, because that's mostly what she spoke on. She didn't speak on like the specifics. She spoke on herself and her mental, and it does sound like she's trying to move in the right direction. So kudos to her. I hope this can help, other young women and women out there in general. But yeah, you guys, like I always say, make sure you comment down below things you want to see me react to. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.